Hey guys, Aaron Farmer here with mysugarfreejourney.com, and Eli Lilly put out some new data today that I thought you guys might be interested in. So they released the trials for their phase 2B, released the results for their phase 2B trial for a new weight loss drug called Bimagrumab. I hope to God I'm saying that right. Bimagrumab. Um, and the trial used Bimagrumab in combination with semaglutide. And before we get into the results, I just want to be very clear about this. I don't like the idea of Americans being on yet another pill. I have a deep mistrust for big pharma. I have a deep mistrust for a lot of the things that I've seen in America over the last couple of years. But the results for this pill were encouraging. This is only phase 2B. They've still got more trials to come out with, but and I do want to say before we get into the nitty gritty here, I want to say right off the top, I still believe that the best way to lose weight is by cutting out sugar, refined grains, seed oils, highly processed foods. Add some exercise into your daily routine. Cut those things out. Add some exercise, and you're going to see some massive weight loss. So nothing I'm going to say next is going to change any of that. However, I'm also looking. I'm an American. I'm looking at my country, and we just got to face facts here. We need help. We are far, far, far too fat as a nation. So having said all that, the new trials are extremely promising. The knock on previous GLP-1 drugs has always been that you lose a lot of muscle um, along with the fat when you're on them. In fact, I think one study said that about a third of fat loss when you're on Ozempic is from muscle loss. That's not good. You don't want to lose all your muscle. In fact, if you just Google Ozempic Face and look through these celebrities that look like they've had their souls sucked out of their bodies when they go on it, it's not good. It's not good for them. It's not good for any of us. Um, Most drugs like Ozempic have shown that you lose, like I said, a massive amount of muscle, which makes it, and also not just that you lose muscle, but that you also, it makes the drugs make it harder to put on new muscle. So even if you have a very strenuous muscle building exercise routine, you may not see any results. You may not be putting on muscle very good, very fast. And I think that's probably a factor in why people tend to gain weight so quickly after going off the drugs. So once you go on something like Ozempic, you pretty much have to stay on Ozempic for the rest of your life. Um, I think that might be what's happening is because larger muscles consume more calories. So once you're not on the drugs anymore, your body just doesn't have the necessary metabolism to burn fat. So enter this new drug, Bimagrumab. So if these new results are to be believed, Bimagrumab might be the answer to that problem. This is a 48-week trial, showed that Bimagrumab in conjunction with semaglutide not only showed weight loss at the level of semaglutide alone, but it kept 90% of the muscle. That's a big deal. That's a big deal to keep 90% of the muscle once you're on a weight loss pill. It's an encouraging sign. Might be a real breakthrough in the way that we can lose weight. Still a long way to go. Several more trials for Eli Lilly to release, and of course they've got to do human trials before we want to say mission accomplished or anything like that. We we don't have any idea what the cost will be, and of course we don't know if it's going to be covered by any insurance medication. We don't know if there's going to be side effects that could cause problems down the road. We don't know a whole lot. However, this is a step in an encouraging direction. It might mean the end of the obesity crisis. It might not mean the end of the obesity crisis. We don't really know until more trials are done. But I'm encouraged by it. Like I said, I lost 200 pounds um, with just diet and exercise. I know it can be done. I also know it can be difficult. Um, and the idea that you could take a pill to get most of those benefits, you know, maybe, 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 I don't know. But it is encouraging. So I just want to let you guys know about that. And to to let you guys know that might be on the market someday soon. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know if we get more data. But so far, this is a 48-week trial that they released the data for, and it looks pretty good. We'll see. Thanks, guys. Again, Aaron Farmer with MySugarFreeJourney.com. Bye-bye.